Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel and you are watching AI with Ashu. In this channel, we will talk and share our knowledge on cutting edge technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, natural language processing, computer vision, deep learning and many more to go. If you want to know more about these technologies, please do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like and share this video. Let's learn together. Okay, today in this video we are going to see about array method in NumPy. Let's get into this video and know more about it. Okay, before we go for NumPy array method, first we going to install NumPy. In this previous video I already told how to install NumPy. So this is a short command in Jupyter Notebook where we can install NumPy with this command. It should be prepared by exclamatory mark and then pip install NumPy. This will install NumPy for us. See, NumPy was installed successfully and the version is 1.19.2, which we have installed in the previous video. It was requirement already satisfied because we have already installed in this during previous video. Next, we are going to import NumPy. So for importing NumPy, I am going to use just import NumPy. For shorthand operation, I am going to convert this NumPy as NP. Okay, our next one. Okay, this is the documentation of NumPy array method. For in array method we have these arguments. So only object is the argument and these are all data type and copy, order, sub OK and end min. So these are all keyword arguments which can be given or not given. So if you not mentioning this, it will be taken as this default. For data type none is given, it will automatically sense the data type, and if you give copy is equal to true, it will copy the array. So order k means what is the measure of column we are going to consider, which is a row measure or column measure. So that is the order. So sub OK is equal to false means we don't need to consider subclasses in NumPy. So there are some classes like matrix in array. So those classes would not be considered. So I will tell more about this sub OK video later. So nd min means this is the minimum dimension we need for that array. So this will be very helpful parameter for us. So let's go and see each parameters elaborately. So object. So this object must be an array or any object exposing the array interface. Mostly this object will be an iterable of integer, float. So it should be a numerical data. So numerical data of iterable of numerical data should be an object. Array like object should be passed as an object here to the array method. Next, the data type. What is the data type we are going to consider? There are many data type present in NumPy array like integer, and we can also mention the bit configuration also. So int 8 means we can configure values between 0 to 255, int 16, int 32, int 64. So these are all the configurations, bit configuration of integers. Similarly, this is also available for float also. Float 32, np.float32. These are the famous, frequently used data types, and we have also complex numbers. We can also use complex number here in this data type. So let's see later in this video. So next parameter is copy. So this copy, that by default the value is true. Then so if it is true, then the object is copied. Otherwise a copy will only made if array of returns a copy. If object is a nested sequence or if a copy is needed to satisfy any of the other requirements. Okay, our next parameter is order. So here C is for row measure for C type array. So in C we will go with an array like C row measure order, and then in Fortran, F means Fortran here, and in Fortran we will go by column measure order. So first columns will be filled, column by column it will be the values are filled. In C we will have row by row, first row, then first row will be filled, then second row will be filled, then third row will be filled. This will be the row major order. And if column first filled and second column first filled, then it will be a Fortran order. So these are the popular order we will use in array. Then our next parameter is sub OK. There are multiple subclasses are present in the NumPy array method. So if we force sub OK to true, it can take adaptively it can take any subclasses present in the NumPy array method. If it sub OK will present default to false, it will convert all those arrays into NumPy array method. Then out will be an ND array. So by default sub OK will be false. So our next parameter is ND min. So this min will give the minimum dimensions for the NumPy array. It should have this much minimum dimension in that NumPy array which is returning as out. So as an output we will get an ND array if the sub OK is false. If the sub OK is true, then we will get any like matrix data type, so that will be written. So we will see later in this video. So there are some examples here NumPy array. So our first example is telling we are passing a list object to the NumPy array. Let's do it here. np.array of, we are passing a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a list object. Then this list object is converted into a NumPy array. Okay, first we need to import NumPy here. Here now we have imported NumPy, and here it is converted into a NumPy array. So let's check the type of this. Let's name it as A. Now check the type of A. So it's telling is the data type is numpy.nd array. The type of A is a numpy.nd array. Let's go for next example is upcasting. Upcasting means if we know float will take more size than integer. So it will go for upcasting means if integer and float both are given in the same list, then it will then those integer data types will be upcasted to float data type. So let's see with an example. Let's name it as B. np.array of. So let's name it with a list. List is equal to 1, 2, 3.0. Okay, this is our going to be list. Let's comment it now. So now we are going to check the type of list of 0. So our list 0's type is integer. So list 3's list of 2 type is float. So this one's type is integer, then 3.0's type is float. So this is the difference between NumPy array and a list. So list can contain any data type, any combination of data types in its list, but NumPy array will consist of similar data type. So basically array will consist of, array is a sequence of iterable of similar data types, but list is not like that. It can contain any number of data types in a single list. So let's convert this into a NumPy array. Okay, now NumPy. So we have to pass this list as an object. So object is a required arguments. Now the B is formed. Now let's print the B. So see here 1 point, 2 point and 3 point all are converted into a float integer. Let's check the type of first element. Type of 0. See, first one is converted into float 64. So next one is converted into float 64. third is also converted to float 64. So these are the similar data type NumPy array. But if we want to make it as a integer data type itself, then we can also mention data type here. Data type is equal to np dot int 32. So this is going to my data type. We can explicitly mention data type. If we don't mention explicitly this data type, then this list will be converted into a NumPy float array. If you mention data type like this, then this will be converted into this data type. See, now our data type is int 32, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say recheck here. See, first, second, last, this 3.0 is converted into an integer data type, and 0 first is also an integer data type. So an NumPy array will consist of a single data type only. All the elements will be in single data type, but it is not necessary in a Python list. So this is the main difference between Python list and a NumPy array. So let's go on to the next example. So more than one dimension. So more than one dimension means we can give it as a nested list. So for matrix it will be a, so this, consider this as a matrix 1, 2 and 2, and 3, 4. So this is a nested list. So I am going to name it as C. So this is a list, and I am going to convert this as a NumPy array. So I am going to name it as D. So how we are going to do is NumPy dot array of C. So this is going to my object, and we can also mention the data type also. If you want these the integer data types into converted to float data type, we can also do that. Data type is equal to np dot float 32. So let's see, let's print it. So these are all converted into float data type. So and it also converted into a NumPy array. Okay, let's go on to the next example. In previous example we have seen how the matrix is converted into a NumPy array. This NumPy array will have a dimension of 2. What is, let's check the dimension of d dot ndim. So it returns 2. So the number of dimension is 2. So for matrix we have a dimension of 2. For scalar we have a dimension of 0. So scalar doesn't have any direction, so dimension is 0. For vector we have a direction, so it have a dimension of 1. And then our next example, so minimum dimension. So we are going to operate with this nd min operation. So let's create a list as a is equal to 1, 2, 3. But if we converted this into an NP array, NumPy array, but this will have a dimension of 1. B dot, we give b dot ndim, it will have a dimension of 1. Number of dimension is 1, but we want it to be a matrix, so it should have a 2 dimension. So we can explicitly mention we want 2 minimum, we want 2 dimension. So that can be done by giving ndim nd min minimum dimension as 2. If you give like this, then see here extra 1 bracket or extra 1 square brackets are present. We can check it by here. See, now n dimension is 2. So this is like minimum dimension. You can also give like a 3 dimension. You can also give like a 3 dimension matrix. If you pass a 3 dimension, this is like 3 dimension matrix. If you pass this, you can get 3 dimension. But if you give less than 2 dimension, then it will be converted into a 2 dimension. If you give more than 2, like 3 dimension, 4 dimension, then it will be same as given as in input. Like here, let's say we have given 3 dimension, in here also it is a 3 dimension. So this is a minimum dimension we are going to give. So this matrix should at least have 2 dimensions, then only we should use this parameter. Let's go into the next example. So type, so this is our data type. We have already seen this for an integer and float data type. So let's go in with a complex data type. We know complex data type will have real number and conjugate number. Okay, real number and conjugate number. So let's create it by our own. Let's a is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. So this is an integer data type. So I am going to convert these data types, these list into a numpy array of complex data type. Let's see how to do this. So b is equal to np dot array of, I'm going to pass this object. So a is going to be our object, and then our data type is going to be np dot complex. Let's see, here we have the combination of real number and the conjugate number. So if we didn't give any conjugate number here, it will automatically take it as 0. So 0j means it is nothing as, it is a 1. So in order to represent it as a complex number, here 0j is present. Let's check the data type of first one. We have type of b of 0. So this is going to a complex data type, and its the data type is having a size of 128 bit. So here integer is having 32, float 32, so it can have 32 bit. So this is having a 128 bit. So for this, I think for this one, this real number we are having 64, and this 0j we are having a 64. So like that. So this is a type provider, and next, okay, so our next example is data type consisting of more than one element. So this data type, so a is an data type, we are going to naming a data type. So here data type a, there is a 2 data type present in this numpy array. So a is a data type and b is a data type. Let's see with an example here. Here x is equal to numpy dot array of, we are going to map this 1 comma for 1 comma 2 for the first one. So in 1 comma 2, 1 is converted to a data type and 2 is to b data type. So here a data type is i4, so b's data type is i8. So let's see a. So 1 comma 3, and if you give x of b, then it will be 2 comma 4. Then type of b of 0, this is an int 64, but if we give a, it is an int 32. So if we give i4, it will return as the integer 32 type. So if we give i8 means, then it will be giving us integer 64. So this will be helpful if we want to configure the numpy array separately. So we can configure this as column wise. So in machine learning application, we will having a data columns of data types. Each column will having a separate data types. One column will have float, another column will have integer. So in order to mention that, this operation is very helpful for us. So we can directly mention what is the data type of a column. So this is helpful as to mention the data type of a column. So if we want integer, this will reduce the size of operation we are going to do. So if we want the first column should be an integer 32 data type, and second will be an integer 64 data type. So we can directly mention like this. So let's go on to the next example here. So creating an array from subclasses. Here only we are going to use the sub-OK. That sub-OK parameter is used here. Let's see. There is also a method of np.matrix for forming a matrix. So if you have worked in C++ application, C++ in C++ programming with OpenCV, then you can, when you read these images, the format of reading images will be like this: 1, 2, and it's separated by each column is each row is separated by a semicolon, and then this single, and the row are in a row columns are separated as with a space, and the rows are separated with a semicolon. So this is going to this. So this 1 and 2 will be a first row, and 3 and 4 will be a second row, and these are a, and 1 and 3 in one column, and 2 and 4 in another column. So this is the matrix. See here, 1 and 2 is a row, and 3 4 is a row. So this is a subclass in NumPy array. So now we are going to name it. I am going to form a NumPy array with this matrix. Okay, let's name it. Let's have b is equal to np dot array of np dot mat of, similarly like this, 1 space 2 and 3 4. So it will go in and type it as b is equal to, what's the type of, let's check the type of b. Now it is an numpy.nd array because we are given sub-OK is equal to false. By default sub-OK is false here, but now what we are going to do is now we are going to convert sub-OK equal to true. Okay, now recheck. Now what is the type of b? See here, the subclasses can also be used as we have given the permission to use the subclasses also. So we now it is converted into a NumPy matrix array. So its data type is a matrix. So it's the data type of this b is matrix now. Previously we are given sub-OK is equal to false. So the type of b is numpy.nd array. So, but if we converted this into true, we are giving the permission to use the subclasses present in the NumPy array. Now converted into a matrix. So that's for today's video. Here see, these are also given in the NumPy documentation. Here all these examples are given in the NumPy documentation. I have collected it from the NumPy documentation itself. If you want to know more, please read the documentations of NumPy array, and I will also provide you the entire content present in the documentation for this NumPy tutorial. You will get much in this NumPy tutorial. If you want to know more about NumPy, please do subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share this video. If you love this video, please do like and share with your friends. So this will motivate me for completing this playlist and do much more videos on other libraries in Python like pandas, matplotlib, Seaborn, and can also go with the DevOps like Docker, Kubernetes. We can also go with those videos also. So please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.